But of course, in Spain, you got the schizo-Nazi faction, and the schizo-Nazis in Spain, they're so soft on Muslims and Islam. It's just incredible. Show me a schizo-Nazi who will criticize Muslims in Spain. Very few. It's really the Islam criticism is mostly coming from like that kind of center right, even some of the conservative types. They're better on Islam than the neo Nazis. The neo Nazis are just Muslim bootlicking shills who love the Palestinians. I mean, this one guy in Spain, this like lead neo Nazi guy, been around for years. I mean, he made this whole thread on X where he's like shilling Palestine, and he's like, it's not left wing position to support Palestine because Franco did, and Franco had relations with them, so we gotta support Palestine, man. Dude, they have the same trappings of all the other fucking wignats, man. The same talking points, the same fake third worldist alliances, the same anti-NATO shit. There's that whole movement is just a fucking. It's like they're a bunch of robots just built in a factory. They all have the same beliefs. It's all the same shit, right? And these fucking idiots, like, they're pushing the most delusional conspiracy theories to prove that Jews control Spain despite the Spanish government supporting Palestine. So I bring up the leftists supporting Palestine to them, and they cope about it. And they're like, "Oh, they're false opposition, and the Soros actually controls them secretly, though." Dude, such delusional schizo. See how they're like Marxists, where they have this like, so they have this framing, right? It's like the Marxists will frame everything through the lens of class, right? So they'll try to interpret every governmental interaction or every geopolitical upheaval through the lens of class and economics. And they end up misdiagnosing so many conflicts around the world, which have nothing to do with economics and have more to do with religion or with national identities and ideologies, political ideologies, or state interests, which is not capitalism, right? But they can't. They overlook all of those other factors because they want to obsess on the class factor because they're completely brainwashed with this. But the schizo Nazis do the same thing. So instead of the class thing, they will try to look at everything through the lens of the Jew thing, right? So for every geopolitical conflict now, they're instead of looking at the complex factors involved in these conflicts, like Russia, Ukraine, they just go looking for Jews in the governments to say, oh, look, there's a couple Jews in the Ukraine and Russian government, so they're in it together, and it's a conspiracy, and they're running it on both sides, you see? So they always do it. It's just this one-track thinking. It's tunnel vision. It's myopic, right? They're only looking at that. They're ignoring every other factor, and they're ignoring so many details that undermine their claims, like we went over in the stream with Russia, Ukraine. Just because you can find some Jews on either side of both sides of the war does not prove anything in relation to the war itself. You can find Muslims on both sides, and you can find Christians on both sides in the government and in the militaries. There's Muslims, Christians, and Jews in both governments and in both militaries fighting in the war and dying in the war. And so they don't have a case to prove it's some exclusive J interest to have that war, and they invent all these vague theories about why that would be the case. They just cope about it because it doesn't fit their framing. So the Marxists look at through class, and these neo-Marxist, crypto-Marxist Nazis frame everything through Jews, right? It's class or Jews, like that. That's what they do, and it's just wrong-headed. It's unacademic. It's ignorant because they're not actually analyzing what's going on and the real factors involved. So they end up just misdiagnosing everything, falsely trying to drag it into that issue when it's not relevant. That issue is relevant when it comes to wars in the Middle East, of course. With in America, there are pro-Israel types that do try to push that. But that's a specific case in the Middle East, right? They have a real motivation there. They don't have that motivation in Ukraine. to back up Ukraine for some reason and not Russia. There's Jews backing up Russia too. There's Jews that support Russia too, and so this is why they need to be critiqued, because these idiots think they really have it all figured out, but they don't, and that's why we need to be more nuanced on that topic instead of falling into the meme shit, because it misleads you and captures your brain and turns you into this dumb drone who just repeats the same bullshit framing for everything, man. It's that's the answer to every conflict ever, right? You know?